Welcome to Online French. Once you log into our iLRN website, this is the page you'll see. I want to take a few minutes here to go through and explain what the tabs are so that you know where things are and where to go. To begin with, you'll see that there are two menus, one across the top of the screen and one down the right-hand side of the screen. Currently, I'm on the Announcements tab from the menu across the top of the screen. There are other items here that we'll be talking about this week in lab, but in short, there's a voice board for recording your own voice. You'll be using this later during the semester for different activities. There's a Share It tab, which kind of works like a Facebook, where people can talk and start discussions on different issues. A Tutoring tab, which I'm working on getting set up, and a Help tab. The Help tab tells you how to use the course site here in iLRN. Most of what you'll use is going to be in the menu on the right. I'm going to start with the assignment calendar. This is pretty practical because it has each week what it is that you need to do. I'm just randomly picking a week here in September. In September, on the week of the 9th through the 15th, you have these exercises that you need to complete. All you do to complete the exercise is click on the link, and it will take you right to the exercise that you need to do. You'll pick your answers and then submit. You can view this by chapter, or you can view it by date, whichever is more convenient for you. Once you've completed the exercise, a little green dot will go next to it over here, you can see, and that tells you that it's done. The symbols on the side are pretty self-explanatory. The blue one tells you that it's an exercise from the book. The red one tells you that it's an activities manual, think workbook exercise. The next tab or item in our menu here on the right is the ebook. This opens a new window, or will when I click on it all the way, to open the ebook. Now the ebook is interactive, so it does take a minute to load, but I think you'll really like it. You can search by page by typing a page number here in the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go to page 64 so that I can show you some of the features. Throughout the book, you'll see a variety of symbols, like the ones that we have here in orange. Anytime you see the speaker, if you click on the words that are highlighted in purple, those words will be pronounced for
La
you.
famille.
Okay, so you can see that I get all these
Arbre généalogique.
pronounced out loud so that I know what they sound like. The arrow has a video that accompanies it. If you click on this, it opens a video and will play a video for you about whatever the topic happens to be.
Do you come from a large or a small family?
In this case, it's about families. The little symbol with the squares takes you to a list of flashcards. The flashcards are really great. First of all, you can listen to them if you play the
La famille.
video. You can flip them over to have them in French and in English, and you can go through the entire pack,
Un bébé.
mark them as learned, which will take it out of your list, and study the vocabulary. You can click on a tutorial for each item whenever you see the little video camera. Clicking on that brings a new window open and starts a video
Salut.
on
Today,
that
we're
grammar
going to
point.
talk about possessive adjectives.
The videos are all in English, and they're different than the ones I have, but they're helpful tutorials. At the end of each chapter, you have a vocabulary list, similar to this one. Again, I can see that every word is pronounced for me. All I have to do is click on it
Une mère.
to hear it. This also lets me review all of the vocabulary from the chapter, either in sections or all together. Up at the top next to the word vocabulary, there are a couple of symbols as well. The review and practice is a great way to learn the words and the information that you need in each chapter. This game is a concentration game, so you get a set of cards and you have to make the matches. There's also a self-test here. The A+ is a self-test. If I'd like to start the assignment, it gives me a set of questions. Once I'm done, I submit my answers, and it will give me results. Once I get the results, it will also give me a study plan. There are things I don't know because I marked false for every question. I don't know anything. I need to study everything. That's the ebook. Oh, also in the ebook, you can highlight by using the highlighting pen. I can color things a certain color. And then if I want to see those highlights, I go to my highlight page and it shows me what I've highlighted. I can print from here. Of course, there's the Help tab. I can also make notes. If I want to say, this is important, study this, then I can put that right next to the thing that I think is important to study. And then when I go to the tab here at the top, it tells me where my study this notes are. To delete it, simply click the delete button. The third tab over here in the menu on the right is the Activities tab. This is a little bit repetitive with what the calendar is, but it shows them in a different way. Here you can see that I've got Module 1 open, which is Chapter 1, and it has a list of all of the exercises that are assigned. If I click on the test, for example, oh, I can't take that right now. It's not time. I like the self-tests. That's the fourth tab down, the fourth button down. This is the one I was telling you about. If you went in here and I'll just pick some random answers. You take this test and submit the answers. When you're finished, it will give you a study plan. It tells you what you know and what you don't know. If there's something you don't know, it says, oh, go to these pages, practice this thing. Here's another grammar quiz. Here's a vocabulary quiz. Some extra practice exercises on it. This is what you didn't get. You got an 8%. Not great. You're not ready to take the test for this chapter. The self-test tab is a great way to help you practice and get ready for the tests in the class. The video library takes all of the videos for each chapter and puts them all together in one place. They are assigned throughout the chapter, so you don't need to come here unless you want to come back and just watch the videos. And lastly, the Practice tab, or button. This is a nice one. It gives you a bunch of extra things. Concentration games, a crossword puzzle, a little vocabulary quiz. It gives you all of the in-text audios for the chapters, the flashcards, and so on and so forth. It's kind of nice to have this extra information. Remember to choose the appropriate chapter over here at the left so that you're in the right place. If you're in Chapter 3 or Chapter 1 or Chapter 4, you want to make Module 1, 3, 4. You want to make sure you've selected the right thing so that you're looking at the right information. So this is the end of our short tour for our iLRN site. Remember, we'll be using both Blackboard and iLRN this semester, but there's a lot going on over here in iLRN, and you should plan on logging in here every day to work on French. I'll see you in lab. Save your questions so that I can answer them when we get there.